Overridden. Prepare local device must request one or more queues with queue flag bits e-transfer. Really? Why? Yeah, I guess. Okay. That's probably because I didn't create a pipeline at all. So how does that work? Let's peek in that one file again that I was copying from. So let's say this one. No, not that one. Textures, for example. Having here multiple pipelines, Crux pipelines. So how, when do those things get value? create pipeline factory, and then it's being passed to that. And here's being used. Hi David. So this is the one. Create graphics pipelines. Okay. Probably need to assign it to something as well. And pipeline factory. What is that? It's probably a factory handle, this one. Okay, let's make a pipeline factory. That's being declared directly above the create pipeline. Create graphics pipelines, I mean. Create graphics pipelines. I don't think I have an unbounded array. I don't have an array at all. Right? Where is that being used? Set array size. Combined image samplers. Yeah, I don't have combined image samplers, so I don't have this either. And all that. I have just one pipeline. And pipeline factory with no whatever. No loop. And then my graphics pipeline, I guess. Main pass. I think I have a main pass, right? Yep. That should do it. So this should create a pipeline factory, and then more stuff happens. That already fits on one page. We have a number of characteristic. Oh no, I still have to add a characteristic to it, I guess. And then we end with hold it up, call to like that, I suppose. Pipeline factory generate. And what it is doing, it runs over all the characteristics that we have. Switch C. Case 0, factory characteristic ID is something. Case 1, case 2, and then we add that. Okay, I think I'm going to be happy with a single characteristic, meaning no loop. No switch. Just a single case should do. There's a difference between these things. There's not really a difference, I think. I just got wrapped. No difference. Okay, let's pick one. Yeah. pipeline factory, that would be my one pipeline factory. Add characteristic. Triangle pipeline characteristic. Pipeline factory is probably sent to the constructor of the thing, so we don't need that, I guess. Can't need it because I don't have it anymore. Now what is this? Characteristic range IDs? What? Do I even need that? Well, probably should get back an ID from something. I probably only have one now. It's just factories times characteristics, and we have one factory and one characteristic. But then what is being done with it? If I need it at all, I might as well assign it directly to this thing here. Yeah, definitely need to know what is being done with it. It's being used here. Assigned here, used here. Used is in create textures. Oh, I don't have that. I don't need that ID. So we create a factory, then we add a characteristic, and then we generate it. Start the generation. Simple enough. I don't have that class yet, so let's create a class. My characteristics were, what is it, the first file? Oops. No, why would that be the first file? Now I'm so confused. Very strange. Okay, so that is the characteristic class is defined directly above this function as well. Kind of looks like that. depending on what we need. I don't think, well, really, do I have to need? I think, yeah, we have a fragment shader. I think I need this one. A fragment shader and a vertex shader. No push constant. So I should copy this. And copy everything. Comes pretty close, I think. So we're gonna put that here and then rename it to triangle. How did I call it here? Triangle pipeline characteristic. It's not a range. Don't agree with that. Should not be a range. And then we have a vertex shader and a fragment shader. We don't have that. I bet I will look at the class that is derived from characteristic instead of characteristic range. That would be this one, I think. Base. I'm going to need this as well, I guess. Dynamic state, do I need that? No idea. Maybe. Probably. Let's copy this. No, I don't know anymore. It's private. Okay. Let's put that here. This structure is overridden for some reason. Still have that here as well. And this thing has a pipeline factory and an owning window. But I don't need a pipeline factory. Just pass the owning window to the base class. Which is not a range, by the way. And since it's not a range, I'll have to look at the base class, this again, which only takes an owning window and a debug. Not these two. That would be for the range only, I guess. Now we can print this. Okay, mine is the pipeline factory. Yeah, don't have a condition, apparently. Let's not do that. That depends, I suppose. I have no idea how many states. Do I even have a state? I probably should look at this base pipeline thing again. You know, everything is done in initialize in that case. This thing doesn't even have anything else. I'm gonna copy this. Protected. So protected initialize. So we don't have states at all. It's not even a task or something like that. Yeah, it's not a task. At least it is a task, but that is hidden from the user. So we don't have that. I'm going to compare that with this one. Wait, it's down here. So a private dynamic state followed by a protected destructor followed by a public constructor, and then again a protected initialize. And then when all is done, yeah. So this is when it is a state, and it isn't state anymore. So everything has to be done in initialize, where everything is, well, nobody knows. I'm gonna assume that I need a dynamic state still. Am I going to fill in the M pipeline color blend attachment states? Can't find tag pattern. LGL, hi. I think there's nothing to blend, so you would say I don't need it. So the base characteristic has that thing, which is registered Add default color blend. And now what happens if I just don't do that? That's all. I guess I just don't do it and then see what happens. Just commenting it out, I guess. Till I see that there is no crash. The dynamic states I want to keep though. We have that here. We declare them and we register them and then nothing. But if you look here, we declare them, we register them and then nothing. Okay, that's it. Here we set a topology. We don't have a topology. Let's see what happens if I don't do that. No, you can't say that it is not a very minimalistic characteristic. I'm gonna try what happens. Crashing is knowing. Missing header characteristic, task characteristic. Having a characteristic here and pipeline characteristic.h. Probably namespace pipeline. Okay, confusing. It's not a task. That's the whole point. Still doesn't know it. So this one right then. Just pipeline characteristic.h. Mr. with the unpronounceable Russian name. Yes, I'm making a game engine. Sort of. Unknown class name characteristic. Did you mean pipeline characteristic? Well, pedantic. And we don't have a vertex shader, yes. Well, of course we do not have that, yes, because we did not add this header. I have a feeling I need another one, but let's just add them one by one. In 7 minutes I should go to the Chinese restaurant that I ordered something. They said it would take 45 minutes to make it. Add vertex shader. Did I not just add that? Pretty sure I did. Vulkan pipeline add vertex shader. No, I didn't. Thought I did. Fragment shader. Let's add that as well. undeclared identifier triangle pipeline characteristic range. Well, that's because it isn't a range. How the hell did that range get there? No range, please. Error, initializer characteristic does not name a non-static data member or base class. Did you mean the base class characteristic? Yes, so again, a task that sneaked in. It was pipeline, right? Now, if only we had an AI that could fix trivial errors like that. There's not a super trivial error. Oh, I'm surprised at the links. Shall I run it? Can't work, right? Hello, triangle. Yeah, it doesn't work. Virtual copy shader variables, assertion, vertex buffers. Yeah, we don't have vertex buffers, so call add vertex shader, add vertex input bindings with a Vulkan vertex buffers object from the initialization state of the characteristic responsible for the vertex shader. So, my Vulkan engine says, hey, you have a vertex shader. Shouldn't you be feeding it with vertex data? Well, normally yes, but in this particular case, we don't have that. If there is not a quick way around, then I'll still have to add a vertex buffer, I guess, because yeah, normally, I mean, hello triangle has a single triangle with the coordinates baked into the shader, so that's like the only application in the world, in the whole history of the humankind, that has a vertex shader without a vertex buffer. So not really necessary to support that, I guess. Nevertheless, can we avoid calling this? Who's calling copy shader variables? I have the feeling that we cannot get around it. It's already a final here. It's called from characteristic range. Okay, that's kind of annoying. Let's add a horrible hack to not call this for the moment, and then see if it works. And then I'll have to add a vertex buffer anyway. Not working. Vulkan task, pipeline factory, multiplex implementation, sorted descriptor set layouts, empty, failed. Not empty. Something is empty, what is obviously empty for a single triangle without vertex buffers. Can this ever happen? Ah! Yes! But why? What is exactly the reason that this happens? Okay, I think I'm gonna get my dinner before they put it on the counter and it gets cold. So, yeah, sorry guys. I'll be back.